Yo, have you ever been in a situation where somebody asks you a stupid, simple question and you don't know how to answer it? What have you been up to? Or what'd you do this past weekend? And your mind's just scrambling on what did I do this past weekend? Or what have I been up to? If you found yourself in this position, I would encourage you to stick around in this video because today we're going to be talking about scripting your answers. Now, I know I'm about to get hate in the comment section below, so stick with me. I'm not telling people to be robotic or to be fake. What I am saying is that sometimes we respond to these questions in a subconscious manner. We may just be scattered in our mind, so we don't know how to answer the question. Or a level deeper is we may not think that what we have to offer to the conversation is important enough to even mention. If this is a scenario that's happening and you want to connect with somebody, you are robbing yourself of connection by not pre-scripting or pre-thinking about what you have going on in your life. One thing I want you to do is before you go to that social setting, take a moment to think about, what have I been up to? What are some talking points that I could bring to the table so I don't miss out on this opportunity to connect with somebody? From that initial conversation, you don't need to have anything scripted. Please just connect genuinely. Another situation where it might be helpful for you to have your answers pre-scripted is if you're getting invitations to places. I don't know about you, but there was a season in my life where I used to overcommit to everything. Then people would hit me up and be like, hey, are we still on for tomorrow? Are we still? I'd be like, oh, I gotta let somebody on this list down. Then I end up feeling bad because I just said yes to way too many things. Beyond having a calendar, which you should have, having a pre-scripted answer, it could also help you in this situation. Next time somebody invites you to something, you could say, hey, that sounds fun. Let me check my calendar and get back to you. This gives you an opportunity to, one, actually see if you have something booked, and two, see if you actually want to go to this event. Because I don't know about you, sometimes we get swept up in the emotions of hanging out with somebody and then we're just saying yes to stuff because it feels good in the moment. But later on in the week, after a long work week, you might not want to see somebody. This is another situation where you might want to have a pre-scripted answer. Also, if you're going to a social event and you don't have a lot of great things going on in life, it might be even more of a reason to have a pre-scripted answer. When somebody asks you, what have you been up to? Or what's the latest? You don't go off into the deep end thinking about or talking about your ex or how you got fired from your job. Because I don't know about you, sometimes I don't really want to talk about what's going on. Even more reason why thinking about what you're going to say may be helpful for you. Lastly, if you've ever been in a scenario where somebody overstepped your boundaries and in retrospect, you're like, damn, I wish that I just stood firm. I would like to invite you to replay that situation on paper and think about all the things that you would say if you were to replay that situation again. Because likely a scenario similar is coming for you in the future and you can be better prepared with the new information that you have. Because if people are overstepping your boundaries constantly, it's a you thing and you need to establish boundaries. For example, I just had a conversation recently with my dad. He asked me, what are some of your entrepreneurship plans? Which I told him what they were. He responded with hella unsolicited advice, to which I instinctively defended myself and my decisions. After hanging up that call, I was like, damn, I really wish that I just left my answers as is and carried the conversation elsewhere. I replayed the situation out and established 3 answers that could go into a framework. Answer number 1, if he gives unsolicited advice, I would say, hey, I appreciate your advice, but I'm just gonna do me right now. That's phase 1. Knowing him, it's going to go to phase 2. Phase 2 is, hey, again, I appreciate the advice, but my suggestion box is closed right now. I'll let you know when it opens back up. What else can we talk about? What else is going on in life? And then I'll try to redirect the conversation elsewhere. If he presses a 3rd time, I'm already thinking about this. I'm going to say, hey, Pops, I appreciate your concern, but if you can't respect my answer, then I'm gonna have to limit the amount of personal information that I share with you because clearly you're not respecting my decisions right now. Me establishing that boundary gives him a choice. Does he want to continue going down this route of giving me unsolicited advice? Or is he going to respect me and my position as a man that I can make decisions for myself? In summary, these are just 3 different scenarios where scripting your answers could help you live a healthier social life. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below, and what other scenarios where reviewing your conversations or thinking ahead of time about answers may be helpful.